IVF gave me my miracle baby. It also broke me in ways I didn't know were possible, and I needed both. This is part 4 of my IVF series, the emotional truth nobody prepared me for. Because if you're over 35 with PCOS and endometriosis, you're already carrying years of grief that IVF will amplify in ways you can't anticipate. Hey y'all, this is Yadi. This is the conversation I wish someone had with me before I started my first IVF cycle. Not about success rate or protocols. We covered that in parts 1 through 3. This is about what happens to your heart, mind, and relationships when you're injecting hormones, watching your bank account drain, and praying that this time your body cooperates. If you're about to start IVF or you're in the middle of it, feeling like you're losing your mind, you're not. This is just the part nobody warns you about. So grab your coffee, tea, or water, and let's get started. First, let's talk about the grief, because it starts way before you begin. There's grief for the spontaneous pregnancy you'll never have, grief for the version of motherhood you imagined, and then IVF adds layers you didn't expect. Every monitoring appointment where your follicle count is lower than you hoped, every embryo that doesn't make it to day 5, every negative pregnancy test. It's not one grief. It's dozens of small deaths that nobody acknowledges. And when you're over 35 with PCOS or endometriosis, you've already been grieving for years. IVF doesn't heal that grief. It compounds it. So give yourself permission to feel it. All of it. You're not being dramatic. You're being human. Second, your relationship with your body will change in ways you can't predict. For years, your body has felt like it's failing you. PCOS symptoms, endometriosis pain, negative pregnancy tests. Your body became the enemy. Then IVF asks you to trust that same body, to inject it with hormones, to believe it can grow follicles, produce eggs, carry a pregnancy. But here's what nobody tells you. You might hate your body more during IVF, when it doesn't respond to medication the way you should, when your lining is too thin, when implantation doesn't happen. That hatred is real and it's valid. But here's the truth I had to learn. My body wasn't my enemy. It was the only ally I had. The same body I blamed was the only one fighting for me. That shift from enemy to ally, that's when everything changed. Third, the isolation. Your friends don't understand. Your family suggests yoga. Your partner is going through it differently. You're living a double life, sneaking out for appointments, hiding injection bruises. And that jealousy that I talked about on a previous video, it's amplified during IVF. Even when you're happy for others, you're devastated for yourself. That makes you feel like a terrible person. You're not. You're just exhausted from carrying this alone. And that exhaustion, it's not weakness. It's proof you've been strong for too long. Fourth, the financial stress adds emotional weight you can't separate. Do you transfer 1 or 2 embryos? Do you try again immediately or wait? And nobody talks about the guilt of wanting something so bad that you're willing to go into debt to get it. That guilt is heavy and it's sitting on top of all other emotions you're already carrying. You're not just trying to make a baby. You're trying to make a miracle on a budget. And that's an impossible weight. So what actually helps? Finding one person who truly gets it. Whether it's a therapist who specializes in infertility or your husband or partner or somebody who's been through it. 2, it's setting boundaries. You don't owe anybody updates, and you sure as hell don't have to go to every baby shower. 3, it's acknowledging that you can hold 2 truths at the same time. You can be hopeful for IVF and terrified it won't work. Both are true. And 4, I started talking to my body differently. Not toxic positivity, just acknowledgement. We're doing this together. That shift from enemy to partner, it changed everything. IVF didn't just give me my son. It gave me a version of myself I didn't know I could become. Stronger. Not because I didn't break, but because I learned how to rebuild. I'm not the same woman who started this journey, and I wouldn't want to be. That's the emotional truth about IVF nobody talks about or prepared me for. If you're in it right now or about to start, you're not alone. Parts 1 through 3 are linked down below. And if this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You've got this. Thank you. I love you. Mwah. Bye.